I ran 16 miles today. And before that, I had run 16.36 a couple of years ago as my longest consecutive mileage in one day. I did 15 last weekend, so I thought this would be a little bit more challenging, but I had food poisoning last night. And this ended up being like one of the most eventful, incredibly painful runs that I've ever gone on. So I just want to tell you this story so we can share my prior misery together. So it starts out like I've got all my food packed, but because I'm sick, I decided to take my phone with me and I had a running belt on. So the extra weight of the phone on my stomach was like already a problem. I'm running really slow because running any faster, I was like, I'm going to get sick. And at one point, I thought to myself, I should just throw up. I'll feel better. But I was afraid to lose water and nutrients. Around mile 11, guess what? I threw up in my mouth. And TMI, but it actually, I had just eaten a gel a couple miles previous. So it actually wasn't gross, but it was not fun. So that happened. And a couple miles later, I think I'd been running for 3 hours at this point because I had to go really slow. This freaking goose, I knew this was going to happen. This goose starts chasing me because it didn't like how close I was. I feel like I gave it a respectful amount of space, so excuse me. But I look around and it's like little feet are waddling toward me, and I was like, no, not today. So I start running like closer to some cyclists that are coming. They almost hit me. I look up, and guess who's just right here in my face? This freaking goose that has no chill. I didn't do anything to it. I need to process this experience. So I keep running after that, but I had tweaked my knee trying to like maneuver this like wild goose and these cyclists. So by that point, I was like, okay, I'm going to get back kind of around my house when I have 2 miles left, which I don't always like to do that because then like you're so close to home. I was in so much pain at mile 14 that I was like, I'm just going to stop. But I am training for a marathon, so I was like, no, let me keep going. And like I'm at the point where I'm counting blocks. I had 17 blocks to go, and I was like, okay, 1 block down, 2 block down, 3 block down. I've got half a mile to go, and I'm approaching this woman with two dogs. So they're both on a leash. They're fairly big, and there's a hill, a steep hill on one side, and then on another there's like a tree, and then there's the street. So she sees me half a block away, and they're all on one side. I was like, cool, I'm going to get by. She just looks at me directly and lets her other dog go kind of up the hill. The other one is on the tree. So as I approach her, I have to come to like a standstill. And remember, by this time, like I am in so much pain. I am under fueled because of the food poisoning. I have like not enough hydration in my system. Luckily, it was overcast. But she doesn't know this, but I've been running for like 3.5 hours. And I was like, I have a couple minutes left. Is this really the situation? So I said to her, like, for real? Because I had to stop. And there's like this V, and I'm just like there, and I can't get around them. I would have to climb up this hill over the dog's leash or backtrack and then get into the street. I still kind of can't understand the mentality that was in her mind. But I was like, for real? And she said, for real. I was like, okay, this is what we're doing. I'm not going to lie. I had some choice words for her. And then the anger that surged through my body at this person just being so obstinate in a public space, like fueled me. And I sprinted the last half mile. So what I have learned from that is like, don't trust the geese. Like they might be nice. And then one day when you least expect it, like they're going to come for you. The second thing is that anger is a shockingly powerful motivator. So if at the end of my marathon, I'm not able to sort of push past the pain that I'm in, I might just try to piss myself off. So don't recommend running with food poisoning, but I had run with like a 3 miler with the flu, I think, earlier in this training block, and so I knew that I could at least do 3 miles. It was tough, so I'm looking forward to my new hydration belt that is going to keep the weight off of my stomach. And I don't know, next time I'll probably push it by a day and see what happens. But weirdly, I feel fine now. I just like ate a bunch of food. I'm drinking some fluids, and I guess like maybe my body was like, okay, fine, this is what you're going to do. Then I guess you'll feel better. So I just wanted to document that story because it was ridiculous. Too many things happened. Um, I have a cutback week next week, and then 18 milers, or the 18 miles will be my new longest distance. So just hats off to anyone who's done these distances before and routinely. Doing them for the first time at the age of 34 is challenging. And yeah, I don't know, but I'm going to do 26.2 eventually. So maybe I'll look back on this and say that's fine. The goose and the lady and the dogs made you faster. Thanks for watching. Peace.